Hey, how you doing? This is Tim, and I want to make this video today because a friend off of Facebook has asked me a question, and the question is, has Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu been fully tested? And I have to say no. Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu has not been fully tested, and let me explain to you why. Let's look at the first couple of fights that happened between the Gracie family and the so-called traditional martial artists that the Gracie family picked for the matches. And these videos are on YouTube. You can find them anywhere. If you examine the so-called traditional martial artists in the videos, you will find that they're mediocre martial artists at best. And it might take somebody with a martial art eye that's been trained for a little while to see this sort of thing. But if you haven't been trained, you can look up their backgrounds and you will find that they are most definitely mediocre martial artists at best. So as far as the question, has the Gracie family been fully tested? I would have to say no, and anybody can see that. Two, there are 72 different types of styles that come out of China alone that some people have not even heard of. So if you haven't tested yourself up against these styles, then you haven't tested yourself really that much at all. Now there's dozens of different styles that come out of Japan. Once again, the same goes for these styles. If you haven't tested yourself up against these styles, then you really haven't tested yourself that much at all. There are dozens of different styles that come out of many different places around the world, and the same thing comes up. If you haven't tested yourself against these styles, then you really haven't tested yourself that much at all. Let's also remember the fact the founder of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, so-called, right, Helio Gracie, got himself tossed around the ring like a rag doll up against a traditional Japanese martial artist. So to me, if the founder of a style is defeated up against a traditional martial artist, right, within his first couple of fights, to me that means that the system does not work, which proves that traditional martial arts works over this so-called Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. That's what I'm seeing so far. There's a lot of dilemmas, and there's a lot of things that prove that Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu does not work. Like I said, there's 72 different styles that come out of China. If you haven't been tested in these styles, then you pretty much haven't been tested that much at all. So to answer this question and to sum everything up here, has Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu been tested that much at all? Maybe a little bit, but let's be honest here, not that much at all. So how can anybody claim that that system has been tested and or works? Let's remember, the founder, Helio Gracie, got thrown around a ring by a traditional Japanese martial artist by the name of Kimura. Plus, they named the move after that fight, called the Kimura. Interesting enough. The question is, does Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu actually work? Or has it actually been fully tested? I would say no. Not fully tested, and it doesn't fully work up against certain opponents, especially not certain types of people that do traditional martial arts.